Welcome back to Sailing Sunday. Last week, I finally arrived in Australia, and as luck would have it, while I was gone, a hurricane decided to head straight for Ryan in Jacksonville. And to make matters worse, he was actually being sandwiched between two major hurricanes. So Ryan quickly jumped into hurricane mode and prepared to make a run down south to put as much distance as possible between them. Not exactly an ideal situation, with the added stress of navigating turbulent inlets, tides, and bridges that leave you mere centimeters of clearance, all while totally alone. Luckily, he managed to get just out of reach of the hurricane. And now it's time to buckle up and ride it out.
All right, guys, so it's the morning here, and we're so thankful the hurricane has gone further north. Although it's changed to a category 4, it's so far north, and I headed further south that we're out of it now. I'm going to show you guys here the difference between the marina and out in the ICW. Actually, you know what? Let's go over this way. Come here, mate. Just gonna go up on the mound up here and show you guys.
The marina was like a ghost town as everybody prepped their boats and braced for impact. Although they were no longer in the hurricane zone, there was still some very heavy weather heading their way. Luckily, the marina is in an incredibly protected spot, so as long as the storm stayed as predicted, there was nothing to worry about other than holding on for the ride. As you can see, the water inside the marina was super calm, but just outside was a very different story. But nothing compared to what was happening over on the west coast.
Overnight, Hurricane Idalia grew from a Category 1 hurricane to a monster Category 4 storm.
Alright, so the wind's coming from that direction, so it's going to push me onto the dock. To stop that, I've got this line back here going to my cleats that's stopping me from hitting the dock. Jackson, come. And I got a line up on the pole to stop my bow from hitting the dock. Come here, mate. I got my spring lines. Got a spring line here, stop me getting pushed back into the dock. I got another spring line here in the mid cleat, stopping me from getting pushed back to the dock. Jackson, do you need help getting on, buddy? Go on, buddy. Up. Up. Ah, good on you, mate. So that's how I tail up the boat. Now we're very thankful because the hurricane just keeps getting further and further away. At one point, it was going to go, you know, straight over top of Jacksonville. If that's the case, we've got a lot worse weather. Today, we're probably going to get gusts about 50 knots. The swell out there is not too bad in the ICW. Mind you, that's a real narrow little river, so I can imagine like what the swell's like out in the ocean right now, because what I had coming in the other day was hectic, and that was about 9 knots of wind. So imagine what it's like with 40 or 50. The other things I did to repair the boat yesterday when I came in, again, because it's only 50 knots, I was afraid it might get to about 55, 60 or something like that, which starts getting a bit more hectic. I tied down all our solar panels. That's just so I don't lose any or they don't go flying. I could have taken them off, but I just really, all the weather models said we're going to get about 50 knots, so I was pretty confident. I mean, usually in 50 knots I don't even do that, but it was just, again, in case they're wrong. But if it was going to be scheduled, if it was going to be forecasted that we're going to get 70, 80 knots or something like that, I would have just taken all the canvas off, I would have taken the spray foot off, I would have taken the bimini down, everything. I didn't take the head sail down in the end, but I just wrapped it in real tight. I just wrapped it in real tight until it gave it 2 wraps. The other thing I did, I took down my courtesy flag, my American courtesy flag, because I just didn't want to rip it. That would have ripped today, and I would have to go buy a new one. I also took down my Australian flag off the back here. Again, I just didn't want to rip that. I took everything off the deck, and all the cushions, everything. That's the obvious one. I took all my fenders. I got about probably, I don't know, 6 of them, maybe 8 down the side along the dock there, just to protect me. But I also left about 2 or 3 on my starboard side here, just in case that boat there breaks free and comes running into me. I've got something there ready to go. Now I'm fairly confident that it's just gonna stay like this for the day. 1 p.m. is when it's really gonna hit us. It's about 11 o'clock, so we might get a few heavy gusts then. But yeah, just super thankful that the hurricane's headed further north. It's crossing over around Tallahassee in Florida there. Those guys are probably getting hit pretty hard now with Hurricane 4.
Investors warn still a dangerous force to reckon with. This morning, a fast-moving storm came ashore in Florida with wind gusts of over 80 miles per hour. Near the coast, homes were destroyed or cut off as the much-feared storm surge inundated structures left standing.
It's kind of crossing over around Tallahassee, going right up towards, well, yeah, South Carolina and North Carolina now. I made a really good decision to go south because at one point I was going to just beeline it straight up to North Carolina. And I'm glad I didn't now because it would have just followed me up there. Alright, you got no idea what just happened, eh? You got no idea. Alright guys, now it's come. We got the rain. You probably can't see it on camera, but let's have a look here. My line up there is doing its thing on the bow. I've had to loosen it. I loosened that bow line a little bit because the tide's gone down so much. We've got what's called a blue moon, so it's a really big moon, so the tide's dropping like crazy here. Probably can't tell, but I'm heeled over just a little bit. Alright guys, so we're out of the marina. We just pulled out. The hurricane is over, done, dusted. I can't actually head up the coast again though because the swell out there is still a bit hectic. So I'm gonna let all that calm down, and I might just sit out here for a few days and try and catch up with some work. And then, yeah, keep heading north up the east coast of USA. Brittany's in Australia, she got her citizenship. Everybody say congratulations to Brittany for me. That's been an adventure in itself right there, her getting her citizenship. So I'm very proud of her, very stoked, very happy. We can move forward with our lives as she's an Australian citizen. It makes a lot of things easier.
Our story started 20 years ago when we met as teenagers while Ryan was playing hockey in Canada. We started our relationship in Canada, but after my graduation in 2007, I began traveling back and forth to Australia before finally making the move a few years later. Being from such opposite sides of the world has definitely had its challenges, and the immigration process has taken us years, so to officially be part of Australia is a huge weight off our shoulders. And although Ryan couldn't be there, I was so happy to have our amazing group of friends stand in for him to help me celebrate such an exciting occasion. In the short time I was back, I ended up getting really sick, but once I was better, I made the most of my remaining time back in Queensland with Ryan's family. I especially wanted to spend as much time as possible with our little nephew, who was only a few months old when we left and is growing so fast. We love our nomadic lifestyle, but it never gets easier living away from our loved ones. But the quality time we have when we're together makes for some amazing memories to hold on to until we see each other again. Meanwhile, back on the other side of the world, with the threat of a hurricane well behind him, Ryan was able to get back to the glamorous life on the water.
Look who found us, guys!
Yeah.
Come on, mate. What are you coming with the garbage and everything?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, gee, look at this, hey. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Garbage Man, can you take my like garbage?
Yeah, that'll be $10. Anyway, here's Rick and Lou from Salacious Stars.
All right, guys, so here's the plan. We're going to sail up the east coast with Salacious Star to North Carolina. But first, we're hitting up lunch with my mate Marty, who was my awesome neighbor during the hurricane at the marina here in St. Augustine.
The other day we're in here, we got some cable for Marty for his boat. So I've actually got your cable to see if it worked on my dinghy. So I didn't know what length I wanted. So now we're back here, we're going to get some more cable because mine's looking a bit rough. And this is thick, so you got some thick stuff here. So I can lock the dinghy up safely. There we go. Dave here at Home Depot just let us borrow his knife to cut it. We'll crimp it, and we'll go pay for it and store it, and we're all good to go.
Straight here. See us which.
Alright. Number one. This one's for you.
The three of us can get on his video. Three of musketeers here.
Afterwards, we went for a much needed provision run at the grocery store to stock up on all the essentials.
Guys, I'm kidding.
But seriously, the sailing community rocks. Legends like Marty are constantly paying it forward, supporting fellow cruisers like us by warmly welcoming us into their town, giving us the grand tour. It's times like this that make traveling really special.
Alright guys, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get up, take Jax for one last walk in St. Augustine. Then we're heading out. Alright guys, we're off. We're heading to a place called Fernandino Beach, which I think's about 4 hours past Jacksonville. Blah, the hair in my mouth. So we've got about 8 hours today, maybe 10, and it's 7:30 in the morning. We got up, we went for a walk with Jackson, we pulled the dinghy up. I'm gonna get out here, flick the autopilot on, and make some water, and then have brekkie and coffee, and should be smooth sailing today. Jackson, you ready, buddy? We're gonna go back up north. You don't know what I'm saying, do you? You got no idea what I'm saying. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. You liked your walk, didn't you? Oh, you got me. You got me.
I'm feeling good.
Alright, if you like the videos, please subscribe. Fell off the couch. Like and subscribe.